This Chinese woman is Shira 7 Pro Max's Sprinkle Sprinkle final boss.
Keep your eye on the prize and remain laser focused, and you too can be like Wendy Deng Murdoch.
The bimbo to billionaire's wife pipeline is only in movies and Wattpad books, okay?
Not only is that delusional, but thinking he is going to pluck you from obscurity is not going to happen. It is not going to happen for you. So
be your own damn prince. And I learned this the hard way when I was 35.
In my last video, I said something that might have struck some nerves. A billionaire will not pluck you from obscurity. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with nerves getting struck. I mean, after all, we are having the uncomfortable conversations that we normally would avoid. So it's totally normal. I mean, you guys even struck a nerve somewhere with me when you laughed at my spatula and you discredited all of my opinions because I was a lady speaking into a spatula, right? So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And look at me today. I've improved. I've gotten rid of my spatula and I'm elegantly holding my microphone. I mean, some of you even went further to say that the reason why I speak the way I speak is because I am chopped. Allegedly. I say allegedly because I absolutely vehemently decline that. That's an allegation and that is fake news.
It's fake news. Go ahead, Mr. President.
And I say that with no fear of contradiction or opposition. I'm just kidding.
I'm saying, and I say this without any fear of contradiction, we are cruising nicely.
Back to the story, a few of you pushed back and some of you even said, what about Wendi Deng? Wasn't she plucked from nothing? And some of you even cited Melania Trump. So I took that seriously and I went and studied their stories, not the headlines, not the summaries, the actual timelines. And what I found is you're actually proving my point, not disproving it. Because once you remove the fantasy and actually look at the details, you will quickly realize that none of these women were random. None of them were obscure the way online people imagine. And most importantly, none of them got there by just looking the part and being seen. Now, let's address what people are being told right now. That if you buy a few classy outfits, maybe a Zara tweed jacket, learn how to cook, position yourself in luxury hotel bars, look soft, quiet, and presentable, you might be noticed and chosen. That's the narrative. But here's the problem. That strategy assumes that proximity is enough. It assumes that being physically present means you belong in that world. But sitting in a luxury hotel lobby doesn't mean you have access to the people upstairs. I mean, even servers are found also in those lobbies. Wearing something that looks expensive does not place you in elite networks. And knowing how to cook, that is not a currency in billion-dollar circles or even million-dollar circles. Because the women in those spaces are not just well presented, they are highly educated, highly connected, highly positioned, or they are operating at the top of their field. Let's go back to Wendi Deng, because she is constantly used as an example of she married rich and changed her life. And some even call her the ultimate queen of Sprinkle Sprinkle.
This Chinese woman is Shira 7 Pro Max's Sprinkle Sprinkle final boss. She is the perfect embodiment of never love a man, use a man. This is the story of Wendi Deng.
But that's not essentially what happened. She was born in China to engineer parents, yeah. Both her mother and father were engineers. That matters because it tells you that she grew up around education, structure, and ambition. This is not someone completely disconnected to opportunity. As a teenager, she meets an American couple. the Cherry family. They help her move to the United States. And yes, she does end up marrying Jake Cherry. And somehow, this is where people stop thinking critically at all. They see that and say, see, she married to move up. But Jake Cherry was not a billionaire, neither was he a millionaire. This was not elite society. This was a bridge. What she gained was access to a new country, access to education, access to a different life trajectory. That's very, very different from being rescued into wealth, because there was no wealth to even begin with when we talk about Jake Cherry. Now watch this. Once in the US, she doesn't stay static. She studies, she adapts, she pushes further. Eventually, she earns an MBA from Yale University. That is not accidental. That is elite positioning. At this stage, she is globally mobile, intellectually competitive, socially adaptable. She has built real value. And that exactly is what we were vouching for in the previous video, when we said that as a woman from an average family or from a poor family, your best bet is getting an education, because your beauty alone will rarely land you a billionaire or a millionaire directly. You have to get an education.
I really hate it when young Black South African women are not encouraged to further their studies, gain a stable income, or really build a foundation where they can be financially independent in the future, or because a rich man will come and save them. These young women are fed lies about feeding into high value femininity that will most definitely 100% attract a rich man, and that's just not the case. I'm not having a Sihle moment. This is by no means me telling you to put up with ancient men. In fact, it's the opposite. It's to say that the reason why the tooth fairy hasn't delivered you a rich man is because a lot of them simply don't exist. I think the problem starts with where these young girls are told to go looking for these men, right? It's usually high-end restaurants, clubs, engineering 3. You really can, by all means, get that bracelet from Daniel Wellington, but you will never be in the same room as the people who possess that actual quiet luxury. You know, that old money aesthetic, you will never actually be in the rooms with the people who have old money. Never, ever, ever. I also think you guys underestimate how much rich people adore exclusivity and inaccessibility. Like, you guys might know the top saint mamangs, but I promise you there are private schools that some of us have never even heard of, where the top, not even 1%, top 0.5% go. Like, even within boarding schools, their kids get private suites. Like, guys, please believe me when I say the chances of you breathing the same air as those people, slim to none. And I know that some of you are also on these dating apps looking for rich white men who are on travel mode, thinking that, oh, this Swedish tourist is gonna look at me and he's just gonna fall in love with A lot of them are here for tourism. They as Black women, they're here to bring their BBW and Sarah Batman fantasies to life. They desire nothing but your body. They are not gonna make you a wife. They're gonna treat you like a literal monkey. They're gonna act like you're in a circus. Yo, guys, they probably have a wife named Olga back in Hungary. Like, it's not happening. I know that some of you are like incredibly beautiful, and I'll never take that away from you. You walk into a room and everyone stares at you. I get that. But in the real world, your beauty is kind of useless. Like, when it comes to the rich man Olympics, your beauty is truly useless. Like, I think some of you forget that a lot of the marriages between old money people are like business deals. You know, the unions always have a purpose. Your beauty is not the prize. Do you come from a family that owns a mining company and your husband's father can invest? You can't. You can't. This is not a fairy tale, my dear. This is not a fairy tale. This I am the It's not gonna happen. Yo, it's not gonna happen. No, it's not gonna happen, babe. It's not gonna happen. And you're setting yourself up to be dominated and manipulated, and he'll never give you money to start a real business that is lucrative, because that is leverage over you. You'll always be dependent.
Now she enters the media world and begins working within the orbit of Rupert Murdoch. And this is the moment people ignore. She did not meet a billionaire randomly. She met him, number one, in his industry, 2, in his environment, and 3, in his world. That is not luck, that's positioning. That's not sprinkle, that's the power of education. Because by the time they marry, she is not obscure in any way. She is already operating in elite circles. So no, she wasn't plugged. She had already moved herself into proximity. She did more than just buy elegant clothes. She didn't just sit in a hotel bar. She actually worked her way into true proximity. And that's the one that the internet does not want to teach women today.
Keep your eye on the prize and remain laser focused, and you too can be like Wendy Deng Murdoch. This is another remix version of a video I posted a while back, which has now been muted because I used music that's now banned on this app. So let's talk about Wendy again. First and foremost, the glow up is real. Wendy was born and raised in China. Her parents were middle class and she was extremely studious. She's also quite tall. She's 5'10", and when she was younger, she played volleyball. This will come back later. Wendy is a very smart cookie. She knows that there are opportunities out there. At 17-18, she starts attending a medical school in China. She meets an American couple named Jake and Joyce Cherry. Jake was there for business. They become friendly, and Wendy wants to learn English. So Joyce is like, I got you, girl, and she begins teaching her English. Joyce Cherry then goes back to the United States. She goes back to California to enroll her kids into school. And then Jake calls her and says, you know what? Let's bring Wendy to America. They sponsor her. She gets a student visa and she moves to America. Wendy is now a Valley girl and she's living with the Cherries. She's sharing a bunk bed with one of their kids and she gets part-time jobs. She attends Cal State Northridge, and again, Wendy is very smart. But one day, Joyce finds some photos that Jake took of Wendy back in China that are a little bit sus. Joyce Cherry is mad AF. And she kicks Wendy out. Not long after, Jake follows Wendy because he is in love with her. So he divorces his wife and he marries Wendy. She's 22, he's 53. 4 months after they get married, Jake finds out that Wendy is cheating on him with a guy named David Wolf who's in his mid-20s. Jake Cherry was absolutely devastated. He loved Wendy, okay? He left his wife and kids for her. So they weren't really together, but they stayed married for about 2 years and 7 months. During this time, Wendy got her green card and she told Jake, you know what? You're more like a father figure to me. All this time, she's dating David and apparently he's helping her with the bills and she's thriving in school and she goes to Yale. So she's around 27, 28 and she moves back to China and she begins working at Star TV. And guess who owns it? Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch is in China for business and he addresses the Star TV team and he meets Wendi Deng. Rupert was married to his wife Anna. Together, they had 3 children. If you watched Succession, this is basically them. But Rupert Murdoch was feeling himself some Wendy. After 32 years of marriage, Rupert and Anna get divorced, and she gets $1.7 billion in the divorce settlement. 17 days later, Rupert Murdoch marries Wendi Deng. They're married, they're happy, they're in love.
Now, let's talk about Melania Trump because people love to simplify her story and say that, well, look at her, she married a billionaire. And I do think I saw quite a couple of comments mentioning Melania in the previous video. So, she married a billionaire, huh? But what was she before that? She was a professional model. And not just casually, she worked internationally. Keyword, work internationally. Milan, Paris, New York, that level of modeling already places you in elite social environments, high value networks, spaces where wealthy and powerful people are present. And it is important to note that she's not there just sitting, she's networking because she also is actually working in those circles. So when she meets Donald Trump, she's not a random woman trying her luck. She's already within proximity, and it's important that I point out that true proximity to influence. So, what do these examples actually show? Not luck, not random selection, not being picked up from nowhere. They show a pattern: environment shifts, strategic positioning, increasing personal value, entering powerful ecosystems, and then relationships happen within those ecosystems. And I do wish to go back again and clarify on the increasing personal value. Hi, my name is Amanda Charles. If you're enjoying this video, please just take a moment to hit that subscribe button so that my videos will be recommended to you. Do not forget to also hit that notification bell. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We are sitting at 500 subscribers currently. Honestly, I am absolutely humbled because I didn't see this coming. Thank you so much for the love and support. Now, with a lot of teachings on social media, and for those that do disagree with some of my views, it's okay. It's totally fine to disagree. We don't have to agree with each other on everything. Then it ceases to be a conversation. Okay, I'm not looking for people that will agree with me 100% all the time. I'm looking for people who are comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. Now let me not waste your time. Let's hop back into the video. I hope by now you're done subscribing and turning on that notification bell, and also tell me where you are watching me from. When they talk about increasing personal value, you will realize that more often than not, they're mainly emphasizing on the physical appearance or acquiring domestic skills. Now, like we said earlier on in this video, domestic skills are just not enough for you to beg a rich man in the realms of millionaire or billionaire status. It's just not enough because they can hire chefs, they can hire cooks. So,
without fail, every single day I get a question DM asking me, how do I marry someone rich? As someone with a ton of very successful guy friends, hedge fund, private equity, tech bro, whatever, this is what I'll tell you. Here's the real tea. They're not dating anybody who is asking people, how do I marry rich? Or people who are giving advice on the platform of how to date wealthy. You know who they're dating? They're dating their Harvard Business School classmate. They are dating the girl that they went to Jack and Jill with. They are dating the girl who lives in the house across the street from them in Martha's Vineyard. They are dating a friend of a friend who they met at a Super Bowl party. That is who they're dating and marrying. So please, ladies, I beg, hang it up. Hang the conversation up. Take all that energy and focus on becoming the best version of you, because when you do that, if it still matters to you when it's time for you to date and get married, you will actually be a contender for these people, and you will have the tools, the skills, the experiences to actually retain a partner like that. Babes, I promise you, life becomes so much better when you're the main character of your life.
The only way you can increase your personal value is through learning an actual skill, through, career progression, entrepreneurship, real entrepreneurship, not OF. I'm just kidding, but you get the point. So when you hear just be seen, just look the part, just go to the right places, understand this, you are being sold a shortcut that doesn't exist. Because a billionaire is not scanning a room looking for someone to elevate. But if you truly change your environment, build your value, position yourself strategically, you will not need to be plucked from obscurity, because you won't be obscure anymore. Just like Wendi Deng and of course Melania Trump. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the people who came with these suggestions. There's one comment that did say for me to go and study Wendi Deng, and thank you so much for suggesting that, because that has truly been an interesting topic to look at. And I'm not saying this to shame the suggestions from people, because after all has been said and done, like we said, this is just but a channel where we have conversations that will ruffle some feathers here and there. Not only your feathers, but you guys also ruffled mine. I mean, you called me chopped. Ladies, that's not elegant. Oh my God, I'm so silly. You can't do something like that. That's talky. That's talky. That's talky. That's cheap. I'm trying to do the face. Oh my God, I'm so silly. But I love her. Those who know, she's my girl. I love her so much. There's a lot of stuff that I learned from her. And I even saw some people bringing her up in the previous video. And I was like, I'm really happy that she's honest about where she is in life. And, she's honest enough to come back on the internet and say, you know what, you guys, scratch all of that I taught you. That's not even important in life. This is what's important. So, dear elegant ladies, bye. Oh my God. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the conversations that we had. Do not forget to subscribe. Once again, we are sitting at 500. Let's make it 1,000 subscribers. I'd be very happy for that. Until my next one, see you.
For all my girlies in their 20s, no man is coming to save you. And I know that sounds harsh, but sadly, there are a lot of women who don't have a plan for their life. Their plan is a man. Their backup plan is another man. And I don't blame them, because when you look at the kind of content, the kind of media we took in as children, it was very much Prince Charming, wait on Prince Charming. But the thing is, and trust me, I'm speaking from experience here, so I'm not judging you. The thing is, when you wait on Prince Charming, you lose crucial time. Like, why wait on Prince Charming to change your life? Change your own life. There is absolutely no guarantee that your dream life is going to be handed to you on a plate. And for that reason, you need to control your own destiny. Do not attach all your goals to securing a man. You need to create the life you want. So please invest in yourself, I'm begging you, because there's no guarantee you're going to get the guy. And even if you do get the guy, men are very unreliable, unfortunately. And you want to be able to have something that is yours, that you built. And no matter what some of your parents or grandparents have led you to believe, a husband is not a life plan. A husband is not an insurance policy. Create the life you want.
And if there's one piece of advice I would give, I am 53 years old, and if there's one piece of advice I would give my younger self is to be your own damn prince. And I learned this the hard way when I was 35. At that age, I had $165,000 worth of student loan debt, at $30,000 worth of credit card debt. And I was dating this super rich guy who I thought was going to be my Prince Charming. I mean, this is the guy that was going to pay off all my debt and allow me to live the life that I have always dreamed of. Except Prince Charming ended up being a turd. He was cheating on me. So not only was I left with a broken heart, but I was also left with broken dreams, because I was like, now what? Who is going to give me the life that I want now? I will never get that life. And that's when I realized that Prince Charming is not coming. And if he did, he may not stay. And I also realized that this whole Prince Charming thing is a campaign created by the patriarchy in order for us to believe that we need someone to rescue us. We need someone to come in and take us away from all our problems mentally, emotionally, financially. And that is the way they keep us dependent on men. And that is when I decided no more, that I was going to give myself the life that I wanted, that nobody, I mean nobody, could take away from me. And within 5 years, I had paid off all my debt and bought a condo in Los Angeles. And I talked.
Okay, let's get into it. That's funny, because when I'm sitting at the bar or the golf events for my job with millionaires, the white ones say, if a man like you, you ain't gotta have shit. The last one that told me that owns 5 Chevy dealerships. Whew. Not the Chevy dealership, sis. Do you know what gets taken care of without adding truly anything to the relationship other than being cute and cuddly? A pet. Not his partner. Y'all keep letting these rescue fantasies walk you into the arms of a predator. Just because a man has money does not mean he's a good person. It does not mean he's a good provider. And it certainly does not mean that he has good intentions. Sometimes a man with money is looking to buy a girl. You don't want to be bought, okay? You want to be spoiled. You want to be loved and taken care of and provided for. You do not want to be bought. Do not sell yourself. You're not just looking for any old rich man. You're looking for a man that aligns with who you are, your goals in the future, your plans for your children. Like, I feel like we never really get past the part of, well, is he gonna pay my bills? Learn how to pay your own bills so that you can date with discernment. A truly high-value man does not want to rescue you. He wants to partner with you. He wants to build a life, build an empire with you as his queen at the helm. If you can't even find 2 nickels to rub together for yourself, how are you going to help him run $1 million empire? Hello? Even Lauren Sanchez, who is engaged to one of the richest men that the public know about in the world, and she is constantly working on herself, putting together projects, putting out her own things to sell, because laziness is not cute. Not having anything going for yourself is not cute. Y'all don't even want to go work out. And you think that a millionaire wants to pull up to the function with you at his side? You think he wants to open the door to his Porsche and your out of shape, unemployed self pops out the car? What are y'all talking about? You keep thinking that there are men out here, good men, with no ulterior motives, that are just going to see you down on Poor Street and pluck you from the crowd and raise you to Beyonce status. With no Beyonce talent, Beyonce success, Beyonce network, no nothing. That is, it's so entitled and lazy. I can't.
To marry you? Are you no degree, no money, no goals, no prospects, and you think that a wealthy, well-accomplished man is gonna want to marry you? Are you actually insane? Have you seen the type of women that these men marry? These women are Ivy League educated. Some of them are well-known philanthropists, attorneys, surgeons, or they even own big-time companies themselves. Being beautiful simply is not enough. Because if you're between the ages of 18 and 25, you best be sure the first question they're gonna ask you is, what school do you go to? If it's not a Ivy League school or an extremely wealthy liberal arts school, you're done. As a matter of fact, if a wealthy man had the choice to choose between a extremely educated, beautiful woman versus a girl who has no education, is just beautiful, and just has no goals in general, who do you think he's gonna choose? A lot of y'all seem to forget there are a lot of beautiful, educated women out there, successful women. They're gonna choose that girl every single time. And even if he wanted to marry you, y'all need to understand that these families simply would not let that happen if you didn't come from another wealthy family.
There are so many things existing at the same time that it can seem as if we are targeting explicitly Black women and saying that Black women should not have high standards. Black women should not be seeking to marry wealthy men. Black women should not be seeking to date married men exclusively. I don't think that's what's happening at all. I just think that a lot of women are putting other women on notice and saying, hey, all that glitters isn't gold. Work on yourself, instead of trying to seek out exclusively a man to date because he is wealthy, he is rich. Not only is that delusional, but thinking he is going to pluck you from obscurity is not going to happen. It is not going to happen for you. So all of this time and energy you spend playing play pretend heiress and, dressing the part and showing up to all of these places and trying to catch an eye of a wealthy man, of a rich man, it would be time better spent working on yourself, developing yourself so you can give yourself the life that you want rather than waiting for a man to pluck you from obscurity and give you that life. That's it. That's all.
If at this your big age, you think that a rich big man, a wealthy man is coming to marry you, is coming to pluck you from obscurity, to pluck you from poverty and marry you, then you are actually very, very delusional. One thing you need to understand is that people marry within their level. People marry within their social class, their financial class. So baby, where will they see you? That billionaire that you're eyeing, that billionaire that you think is going to marry you, baby, he's not scrolling looking for a poor girl that he's going to rescue. And let's even say you find yourself around him. Why would he pick you? What makes you special? What makes you different from all of the girls that he has seen, all of the girls that he has met? What exactly do you think you're bringing to the table that most of the women that he has met in his social circle hasn't brought? You cannot relate to his lifestyle. You cannot join in his conversation. All the big boys are marrying the baddies. The big boys, they are meeting the baddies in the clubs and they are marrying them. No rich man is going to come to you, Ikorodu, is going to come to your Surulere to come and pick you up. Even if he goes there and he sees you, baby, you don't even look the part. And don't even come and say, oh, but I'm very beautiful. Baby, no, you first get face card. You don't see face card. Fine girls, they. Beauty alone is no longer enough. The rich men are not coming to your area to look for a wife. They are dating women that their friends introduced to them, people within their social circle, people that they probably went to school with, that they do businesses with. Those are the kind of women that they are seeing to date, not you. So if you want a rich man, you're looking for a wealthy man, you yourself, you have to upgrade your life to look like You cannot even fake it anymore because, my dear, it will cost you a lot of money to fake being rich. And I'm not talking about you will dress up, do makeup, wear clothes. You will now go to one bar to go and sit down. You go to one restaurant to go and sit down and wait for one rich man to come and talk to you at the bar. Baby, now Losho work be that one. Nobody is going to date you from there. This will not be Nigerian film. So I want you to put in the work. I want you to start putting the work in your life right now. And one thing that you want to understand is that money does not only come in through men. You yourself, you can do your own hustling and your own bustling and your own struggle to make your own money so that you can look the part. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to start acting what you're not. You can actually look the part of being rich. So if you have in one kokoro place of your head that, oh, I'm going to marry one big billionaire, baby, you will not. You not go. I know I've been off, but from next month, if you guys know what I have in stock for you, how you're going to level up your life, your business, everything, like build up yourself and actually be the kind of man that women are looking for. If you are interested, you can follow along. I have a lot and a lot in stock for you guys. Love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye bye.